tale of twins, and twins are they separated from each other. Of a maiden fair, so fair they say, and a winsome, handsome brother. Poor Cinderella, Cinderella, always on the job. 'Tis a tale I tell of Cinderella and her twin brother, Bob. Twinderella, 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 'tis the tale of Cinderella and her brother Bob. 'Tis a tale I tell, it's a tale this tale, hear me well, now pay attention. 'Tis a twist of a tale I tell, and it well deserves some mention. 'Tis a tale of twins, and twins are they separated from each other. A maiden fair, so fair they say, and a handsome, handsome brother. For Cinderella, Cinderella, always on the job. It's a tale I tell of Cinderella and her twin brother, Bob. Twinderella, 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 'tis the tale of Cinderella and her brother, Stop that song! Stop! We can't have the wedding yet. These people don't have the slightest idea what's going on. Oh, we have to begin at the beginning. All right. That's better. Now, where was I? Ah, yes. Once there was a beautiful kingdom ruled by a kind king and queen. This kingdom was called Witchwood Underoos, and it was filled with sparkling waterfalls, green forests, cool meadows, and...
Skip to the good part.
Yeah, get on with the story.
You want to hear the story?
Yes.
All right, the story. Once there was a girl named Cinderella. She lived with her...
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your long hair.
Excuse me? Did I say her name was Rapunzel?
Well, no, but I thought...
Her name is Cinderella. It says so right here.
Oh yeah, Cinderella, cruel stepmother, evil stepsisters. I know all about that. Hey Rapunzel, you can drag the hair back up.
Well, like she said, you know all about Cinderella. She had to spend her days scrubbing and cleaning, but what she really wanted to do was enjoy the beautiful kingdom.
And surf the internet.
It doesn't say anything in here about surfing the internet.
I don't care what it says. I like to surf the net and play video games and...
All right. The point is, she was stuck inside cleaning all day, and this is her story.
I want those floors to sparkle, Cinderella.
Yes, stepmother.
And when you finish that, you can do my math homework.
Yes, Esmeralda.
And when you finish that, you can polish my bowling trophy.
Yes, Ethel.
I'm absolutely sure there's nobody in here named Bob.
Sorry I'm late. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry, guys. Oh dear. Okay. I know I put it here. Oh, here it is. The story of Twinderella.
Twinderella?
Yes. You see, if you only tell them about Cinderella, you're only telling them half the story. I'm here to tell the other half, the story of Bob. Bob lived with his evil stepfather and cruel stepbrothers. They made him work in the house all day when what he really wanted to do was, well, see for yourself.
I want that sweater you made to fit me perfectly, Bob.
Yes, stepfather. And when you finish that, you can organize my sock bag. Yes, Egbert.
And when you finish that, you can alphabetize the recipe box, refinish the living room floors, replace all the window panes in the bedroom, and then you can make a dried herb wreath for the front door from Martha Stewart Living.
Yes, Mortimer.
I wish I can go hang out in the chat room.
I'll give you a chat room. Get to work on that math homework.
I wish I could go outside and play baseball.
Baseball?
When nobody can play baseball like my Egbert Mortimer, least of all you.
But Mortimer hasn't hit a ball all season, and Egbert hasn't caught a single fly ball.
The umpires are blind.
The sun was in my eyes.
Come on, boys. We don't want to be late for the game. Not you, Bob. You still have those socks to organize.
And when you finish that, you can cut some firewood.
But we have a gas furnace.
So, as you can see, things weren't going very well for Bob.
Or for Cinderella.
Until one day.
I beg your pardon?
Until one day. That's how it goes in all the fairy tales. Things were miserable for Cinderella and Bob until one day.
Yeah, so why don't you just skip to one day?
You want us to skip to one day?
Yes.
Well, we're gonna need help from all of you if we're gonna skip that far. So let's try. Cinderella.
And Bob.
Yes, yes. Cinderella and Bob were very sad.
Until one day.
Now, let's try that again, but I need to hear everybody.
Until one day.
Why don't you kids get out of the way? This show's taking on a life of its own.
Sure, so long as we can come back.
We'll be listening from backstage.
Call us if you need us.
Right.
Miss Girl's stepmother, would that be you, young lady?
No, but I can sign for it.
Don't you know such thing? Go outside and rotate the tires on the Suburban. Let me guess, you must be Mrs. Girl's stepmother. How did you know? Delivery for you, ma'am. It's from the Royal Palace of Witchwood Underoos. Witchwood Underoos? Why, thank you. Girls, come quickly. It's from Witchwood Underoos.
Witchwood Underoos? What is it?
It's the capital of the kingdom, silly. You should really study your geography.
Get on the floor where you belong, Cinderella.
Read it to us, Mother. Mrs. Cruel's stepmother and her evil girls are cordially invited to a ball to honor the birthday of Princess Petunia Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Regrets only.
Oh, I regret that I can't get this brush stuck out of my hair. I regret that I have painful bunions on my feet.
A ball? Awesome! I can't wait!
Excuse me, Cinderella. I hate to interrupt your beautiful dancing. But did you pay any attention to the invitation? Mrs. Cruel's stepmother and her evil girls. Are you evil?
I really don't think so.
She couldn't be evil if she tried. Sorry, Cinderella. I guess you'll just have to stay home and program the DVR. Now, girls, we have a lot of shopping to do if we're going to be ready by Saturday night.
I need to go to the Gap. And Bath and Body Works.
And Forever 21.
And our Apostle.
Did you hear that? Princess Petunia is having a birthday ball, and she invited all the young ladies in the kingdom.
Not quite all. Not Cinderella.
Well, of course not Cinderella. That would sort of ruin the plot if Cinderella got invited and just went along with her cruel stepsisters.
The stepmother is cruel. The stepsisters are evil.
Whatever. My point is, if she just goes to the ball, then there's no fairy godmother.
Shh. They don't know about the fairy godmother yet.
Oh, I'm sure, like they haven't read Cinderella.
But what about Bob? He doesn't care anything about going to a ball.
That's right. What we need here is some plot development. Hey, wake up! How about some plot development?
Yeah. Sorry. How's this?
Rapunzel, Rapunzel, let down your long hair.
No, that's not right.
Sleeping Beauty, I've come to your rescue.
No.
Mirror, mirror on the wall.
No.
Oh, I know. Look, here comes Luke, the UPS girl to Bob's house.
Now that's more like it.
Hello? Is anyone here?
Actually, everybody's here. I just thought it would increase the dramatic tension if they didn't show up right away.
Well, I have a lot of deliveries to make today, so I appreciate it.
Okay.
Where does she expect me to find Fennel at this time of year?
Mr. Evil Stepfather?
No, I'm Bob. Mr. Evil Stepfather's evil stepfather.
Well, whoever you are, can you please sign for these letters? It's a special delivery from Witchwood Underoos.
I'll take that.
Someone still has to sign for it.
You sign for it, Bob. You know I'm far too busy.
Apparently, they didn't teach him how to write his name at the Evil Academy.
Boys, come inside for a minute. We have a letter from Witchwood Under Ooze.
What is it? Tax notice? Credit card offer?
Do we have overdue library books?
Perhaps we should let Bob read it. He can practice his public speaking.
In celebration of Prince Percy's birthday, Mr. Evil Stepfather and his cruel boys are invited to an all-kingdom baseball game Saturday night at 8 o'clock. Please bring your own cleats and gloves. Regrets only.
I regret I never learned to catch the fly ball.
I regret I always run the bases backwards.
A baseball game, hot dog, I can hardly wait.
Hold on there a second. Doesn't it say Mr. Evil Stepfather and his cruel boys?
Mr. Evil Stepfather? Yes.
And are you cruel?
I once saw him rescue a cat stuck in a tree.
When I push kids down at school, Bob helps them back up.
Sorry, my boy, but you aren't cruel. You stay here and you floss my dentures. Boys, suit up.
Cinderella, do this. Cinderella, do that.
One more day in this place and I think I'll go mad.
Cinderella, do that.
Bob, do
Cinderella,
this.
do this. I'm no fairy tale princess.
No Galahad.
I wish I could live in a house filled with love.
How I dreamt of a home that is kind. I prayed that someday I will find such a place. Until then, guess it's back to the grind.
Cinderella, do this.
Bob, do that.
Cinderella, do that. How I dread waking
Up at the start of each day.
Cinderella, do that.
Bob, do this.
Cinderella, do this.
I'm exhausted, I'm tired of living this way. I've dreamt of a castle way up on a
I
hill.
have dreamt of a castle on high.
In my dreams there's a voice softly calling my name. Then I wake up and life's just the same.
Cinderella, do this.
Bob, do that.
Cinderella, do that.
If I just had the courage to pack up and flee.
Cinderella, do that.
Bob, do this.
Cinderella, do this.
Is there no one who'll answer my plea? Guess I'll work and I'll wait. Hope that it's not too late for me.
Now, can I send out the fairy godmother?
If you don't, this play's gonna get boring in a hurry.
All right, you can send her out, but you have to start sobbing first, Cinderella.
Whatever you say.
What's wrong, my child?
Don't make me explain. The orange already had to sit through it once.
In that case, let's get down to business. What are you, about a size 2?
About that?
Fine. Now, do you have any small animals I can enchant? If I'm going to get you to Witchwood Andrews dressed for a ball by 8 o'clock, I'm going to need some help.
Esmeralda has some gerbils she's using for a science experiment.
Perfect. Let's go get them.
Fairy godfather? Excuse me for a moment, ladies and gentlemen. Fairy godfather, you're on.
I already told you, I ain't putting on no fairy wings, and that's final.
Fine, Fine, forget the fairy part. Just be the godfather, but please get on stage. Right, I think we're ready to continue.
Bob, my godson, what is it that has caused you such sadness?
You're supposed to be crying.
Oh, sorry.
Try again.
Bob, my godson, what is it that has caused you such sadness?
Prince Percy's hosting a baseball game, Godfather, and I'm not allowed to go.
This prince, you want I should take care of him for you?
No, I like the prince. It's just, well, okay. I wonder if maybe you can enchant some animals and they can help you make me a baseball uniform, okay? Just hang on for a second. And then you could cast a spell over some produce. That'll turn into a carriage. That'll take me to Witchwood Underoos.
You gotta be kidding me. Is he kidding me? He's kidding me, right? Because if he ain't kidding me, we have a problem here.
I think he wants to go to the ball game.
Do you want to go to the ball game?
Do I want to go to the ball game?
Isn't that what I just asked you?
Well, yes, of course I want to go to the ball game.
If you want to go to a baseball game, I'll take you to a baseball game. That is not a problem. But I ain't doing no enchantment, and I mess with no produce.
Well, if you know another way.
Vicky, Nicky. Godson, this is Vicky, my personal tailor, and Nicky, my chauffeur.
Very pleased to make your acquaintance, Mr. Bob.
Likewise.
What can I do for you, Mr. Bob?
He needs a baseball uniform.
Who do you like, kid, the Mets or the Yankees?
The Witchwood Underoos Royals, ma'am.
No kidding.
I'll need to make a few measurements, Mr. Bob. Will you be requiring a hat?
Yes, ma'am.
A glove?
Absolutely.
How about cleats?
Cleats and socks, ma'am.
Have you ever seen anything like that before?
What is it?
This kid has the biggest feet I've ever seen in my life.
You got a problem with that?
No, sir, no problem. Come on, Mr. Bob, let's get you suited up.
Have you ever heard anything like this? I know. 1 minute, I'm sitting there enjoying being the victim of a medical experiment conducted by a cruel stepsister.
Actually, it was an evil stepsister.
Whatever. Next minute, I'm expected to sew a ball gown, a dog pumpkin, all the way to Witchwood Underoos. I mean, people, what do you think? I am a gerbil?
You are a gerbil?
Whatever.
Well, to be fair, Witchwood Underoos is just over there in the shadows.
Does this concern you? This doesn't concern you.
Sorry.
Do you have the pumpkin?
Couldn't you just walk to Witchwood Underoos? That guy says it's just over there.
You're missing the point. She has to make an entrance. You can't make an entrance on foot.
Oh yeah, but arriving in a pumpkin will make a real good impression.
An enchanted pumpkin.
Potato!
Here's a dish I told you about, Fairy Godmother. Can these enchantment gerbils really turn into a beautiful ball gown? Oh, sure. We can do anything. And while we're at it, why don't we just enchant you so Prince Percy falls in love with you?
Yeah, and then we'll enchant the pigs outside so they can fly.
Don't worry, Cinderella. When I wave my wand, you'll be ready for the ball. And if these 2 gerbils won't take you, I'll just put them in the cage with Ethel's pet python.
Good evening, Miss Cinderella. I will be your gerbil this evening. Can I get you anything besides the ball gown and the carriage?
Well, I always wanted a pair of glass slippers.
Glass slippers? Is she under mine?
Shh.
Okay, yep, Shirley, I get it. Mm-hmm. Shirley?
Remember?
Python! Oh, right, glass slippers, we'll explain it on you.
All right, everybody backstage.
Can you just zap me right here?
I don't think so. First of all, I have to zap you out of what you're wearing right now before I can zap you to the ball gown. Do you want that to happen right here, in front of everybody?
I I get your point.
All right, you two, see if you can help Cinderella out.
Yeah, but...
How good are your snake charming skills?
Bye! See ya!
And you all just sit tight. We'll have the new improved Cinderella back in a flash. Bippity boppity, bye-bye.
Ah, my clothes disappeared!
Oops, sorry about that. I'll be right there.
Hurry up!
Coming!
Well, that's that. My godson is off to the baseball game. Rats! I forgot to tell him about the deadline.
Well, that was somewhat embarrassing. Oh well, at least Cinderella's on her way to the ball. Goodness gracious, I forgot to tell her about what happens at midnight. Let's go.
It's not fair. He gets to spend his birthday at a baseball game, and I have to spend my birthday at a stupid dance. Everyone knows I'm the best pinch hitter in the kingdom.
Well, all the most beautiful girls in the kingdom are coming to my house tonight, and I have to spend my night on the pitcher's mound. I want to go on the dance floor and show them my moves.
Children, there's a simple solution to this problem.
What?
Well, I'm not sure what that is. There is a simple solution, isn't there, dear?
Honestly, sometimes I wonder how you ever get your shoes tied, much less run a kingdom.
I tie his shoes for him, Your Majesty.
Yep. She ties them in a double knot every morning, so I don't have to.
That's nice, dear. The solution to the children's problem is that Percy shall spend part of the evening at the dance, and Petunia shall spend part of the evening playing baseball.
But don't they need a royal decree to do that?
You're the king, Roger. You can issue a royal decree.
Okay. Well, then I have solved your problem. You may thank me now, children.
Thank you, Mother.
You're welcome, children. Attendance?
Are we going somewhere?
The Duke will need to tie your shoes with extra care.
Very well. Off we go. Fanfare, please.
Hey, buddy, has the baseball game started yet?
My name is not Buddy. My name is Percy. And no, the game has not started yet. The game starts at 8 o'clock.
My watch is for Joycey time. Is there a clock in this place?
Right over there, sir. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to get to the baseball field before my father throws out the first pitch.
I'd better find my godson before midnight, or we will have a problem on our hands with which I will not be pleased.
Excuse me, sir. Can you tell me if the ball has begun? I'm searching for my goddaughter.
You too? I myself am looking for my godson to warn him of what will happen at midnight.
What a remarkable coincidence. I must warn my goddaughter of what will happen at midnight. I still can't believe I didn't tell her about the midnight thing.
Yeah, I feel pretty stupid myself for warning my godson, Bob.
How could they know what would happen at midnight when the clock strikes 12?
They've got to know what will happen at midnight when the clock strikes 12. When the magic is through, there'll be nothing to do but get home just as fast as they can.
For most surely it all hits the fan at the stroke of 12.
How can we tell them what happens at midnight when the clock strikes 12?
Where do we find them to tell them what happens when the clock strikes 12. When that dinger goes dong and that last final gong is an echo that's fading away, they had better be well on their way by the stroke of 12.
A housemaid to a princess,
A houseboy to a prince,
Gerbils the footman,
a pumpkin coach,
a flick of the wrist, a mighty command.
a quick slide of the hand will convince. What will they do when the magic is over? As the clock strikes 12. Where will they go when the magic is over? As the clock strikes 12.
Will they blame us and hide?
Will they know that we tried? It's so hard to get into their heads. Will they be safely home in their beds by the stroke of 12? Wish we told them they had to be home by the stroke of 12. Gotta find them wherever they are by the stroke of 12. They should know what will happen at midnight when the clock strikes 12.
We should have told them what happened at midnight when the clock strikes 12.
When the magic is through, there'll be nothing to do but get home just as fast as they can. For most surely it all hits the fan at the stroke of 12.
Would you please stop saying that? How could we not remember?
How could we let them go?
A night of enchantment, then poof, it's gone.
They're riding a path to Skid Row. How could we not think to tell them what happens when the clock strikes 12? We gotta find them to tell them what happens when the clock strikes 12. When that dinger goes dong and that last final gong is an echo that's fading away, they had better be well on their way by the stroke of 12. Oh, they had better be well on their way by the stroke of 12. Yes, they had better be well on their way by the stroke of 12.
It's too bad there are no narrators around. They could have told the children for us.
Well, I always say, there's no use crying over spilled, non-dairy, soy-based, milk-flavored product. We best go and find the children.
I'm right behind you.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is an exciting here at the Royal Palace. Tell us, King Roger, what do you think the key to today's game will be?
I think everything will depend on how the first pitch is thrown out.
Well, what about you, Council Earl? Our princess hit the winning run in the last game. Can she do it again? Well, the team really scored on this time to defense. If only they had a good shortstop.
Okay, wait a minute. I play shortstop.
You can't be at this game. You're supposed to be at home darning my socks.
And doing my income tax.
And doing something about my ring around the collar.
Wait a minute. Who are you anyway? My name is Bob, Your Majesty, and I'm the best shortstop you've ever seen.
Excuse me, Your Majesty. He cannot play unless he lives in the kingdom.
But I do live in the kingdom. I live with Egbert and Mortimer and my cruel stepfather.
Evil stepfather. I am your evil stepfather. It's not that hard to remember.
Well, if you lose this game, we will allow to play. The invitation was to ball game rather than here.
You play shortstop, huh?
That's right.
Well then, you're on my team. Let's hit the game.
Announcing the evil Miss Ethel and her equally evil sister,
Princess Petunia, how lovely to see you.
I wish I could say the same, Madam Stepmother. But you know, no one is more loathed here at the court than your cool self.
Unless perhaps it is your evil daughters.
Thank you, Your Majesty. What does loathe mean?
It means, what does loathe mean? I don't know, but it must be something wonderful for the princess to say it to us.
Announcing. Who did you say she was?
I don't know. Never seen her before.
Well, announcing. A beautiful young woman whom we have never seen before, who arrived in a pumpkin-shaped carriage pulled by giant gerbils.
Giant gerbils? Gross.
Giant gerbils? Cool. Where's the young lady?
Here, Your Majesty, and I wish you a very happy birthday.
Cinderella?
Oh, I see someone does know who you are. Welcome, Cinderella. A beautiful name for a beautiful young lady.
Thank you, Your Majesty. You're not supposed to be here. You're supposed to be home oiling my bicycle chain. And scrubbing out my fishbowl.
Or sharpening my nail clippers.
Silence! Do you live in this kingdom, Cinderella?
Yes, Your Majesty. My invitation was to all the young ladies in the kingdom, and Cinderella is clearly a lady. Come join the dance.
Well, I never.
No, and I don't suppose you ever will. Musicians, let the dancing begin.
Can you believe it? A boy actually asked Cinderella to dance.
He must have taken pity on her.
I'm sure the only reason no one has asked us to dance yet is because they're way too intimidated by her beauty. They're just afraid we would say no. That kind of rejection can scar you for life.
It's sad, really. They must be dying to ask us. After all, the princess herself said that we were the most loathed young ladies in the whole kingdom.
Cinderella may be dancing now, but you'll never be loathed the way we are.
It's a 7th-inning stretch, and we come to join the dance.
Welcome, brother. You must tell me, who is that handsome young man?
He's our new shortstop, Bob.
Can he play?
So far, he's turned 3 double plays against those two.
I think I'm in love.
Now, you tell me, who's that beautiful young lady over there?
Her name's Cinderella, and apparently she raises giant gerbils.
Can she dance?
So far, she's danced the waltz, the tango, the mambo, the jitterbug, and the tarantella.
I think I'm in love, but why does she just stand there? Why didn't she come out and dance?
You haven't asked her yet, Your Majesty.
May I have this dance?
There's love in this castle this night. There is love all around. You can sense it. Love, romantic affair. There's love in the air.
Such beauty is quite rare indeed.
Faithfully follow your lead.
Baby, please tell me, what is your name?
I'm called Cinderella.
So glad you came.
There is love in this castle this night. There is love all around. You can feel it. Love, like a morning before. Dance away now with your spirit of soar.
Princess, oh princess, you captured my eye.
Dear sir, how you make a girl sigh. Do tell me your name, sir, my hunky heartthrob.
My birth name is Robert, but folks call me Bob.
There is love in the kingdom this night. There is love all around. You can sense it. Love will come calling for you. Dance away now and make love looking true. There is love all around. You can sense it. Love, a romantic
Princess Petunia has her cleats on?
Absolutely.
Then let's play ball.
I see that you two have actually managed to find dance partners this time.
Would you believe it, Father? Not only is Ethel beautiful, but she is nearly as evil as you are.
Please, she couldn't be as wonderfully evil as Esmeralda. She stepped on my feet with spiked heels every time we took a step.
Ethel flicked my nose when I held her clothes.
Esmeralda pulled my hair.
Ethel picked my pocket.
I'm so happy my boys are in love.
And what about you, Father? We saw you dancing as well.
Boys, I finally met someone in my life who was as cruel as I am evil. In just 5 minutes, she punched me in the stomach, called me a nincompoop, and told me she could make my life miserable.
Father, that's wonderful!
I never thought I'd know such love. Come on, boys, let's get to the game.
Are you sure you can play with those glass slippers on?
With you cheering me on, I can play even if my slippers are made of, well, honestly, I can't think of anything worse than glass.
Excuse me, miss. Might I have a word?
Why, certainly. Hey, Percy, you go ahead. I'll be there in a moment. What is it?
I forgot to tell you the most important thing. At midnight, the spell wears off. You have to leave by then, or your dress will turn to rags, and the coach will be a pumpkin again.
Hello? Do you honestly think I don't know that? I'm Cinderella. Everyone knows Cinderella's enchantment ends at midnight. It's the oldest fairy tale in the book.
Oh, I didn't realize. Will you just be careful, my dear? You only have a few minutes to play ball.
That's all the time I need. Hey, Percy, wait up!
You mean you could dance like that and play baseball?
Well, the dancing is to make my parents happy, but what I really love is pinch-hitting in the bottom of the ninth.
I heard you hit a grand slam at last year's party.
When Prince Percy tells me that you're no slouch yourself. I always knew if I ever dated anyone, it'd be a shortstop.
You know, my dear, I don't know when the children have had such a lovely time at their birthday party.
Yes, I wonder why that is.
It's because they're in love. Really, you are quite dense. Haven't you been paying any attention to the play?
Oh, yes, the play. Were they in love with again?
Come along, dear. We don't want to miss the end of the game.
We could get this guy out. Give him a curveball.
Nope.
Well, why not?
I don't have a curveball.
Okay, well, give him a fastball, or slider, or knuckleball.
I don't have any of those either.
Just get it over the plate. Bob can't hit.
It's a truly exciting game, ladies and gentlemen. Prince Percy's team is down by 1 run and 2 outs to go into the bottom of the ninth. Follow full count. Here comes the pitch. And geez. And it's a base hit deep into the shallow center of the field. The tying run is on first base. Princess! 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 Princess!
The crowd is chanting to put Princess Petunia in as a pinch hitter. And here she comes, striding to the plate.
Looks like the princess might win the game again this year.
Don't be silly. Cinderella's gonna win the game.
What makes you say that?
Have you looked at the program? The play is called Twinderella, not Twinder Princess. The main character is always the one to hit the home run.
What play?
I fear for the nobility of this country. I really do.
I only hope the prince marries Cinderella soon.
Here comes the pitch.
And the princess hits a long fly ball deep into the left center of the field. It's off the wall. Bob slides into third, and the princess
see, Cinderella has to be the one to win the game.
All I see is the prince is so much in love that he's willing to throw a game just to let his girlfriend have to bat.
Stop! Call a timeout. I have to speak to Bob.
I thought I told you not to bother me here.
There's something you must know. You've got to leave this party by midnight.
What is it? Some sort of enchantment that'll wear out when the clock strikes for the final time?
There is no enchantment. But Nicky, my chauffeur, charges overtime after midnight. And although you are my godson, there are limits to my generosity.
But midnight's 15 minutes away.
Make that 1 minute. You better hope she hits a dinger. Play ball.
Cinderella swings and it's a long ball. Way back. That ball is out of here. Cinderella hits a 3-run homer. Ball across the plate
And keeps on going?
Where's he off to in such a hurry?
And look at Cinderella.
She's running the wrong way.
She's running towards the parking lot.
I thought she loved me. She even won the game for me, but then...
I feel for you, my brother, for my love has run away too.
You mean Bob?
Yes.
All is not lost, my children. Look.
Cinderella's glass slipper.
Bob's muddy cleat. It fell off.
That's what comes from not tying your shoelaces properly.
All we have to do is search the kingdom to find the man and woman who can wear these shoes.
But surely, everybody in the kingdom has feet.
Honestly, Father, don't you ever read fairy tales?
Let the search begin.
Well, how is everyone? Enjoying the story, are we? Now. Oh my God, honey. Now, when we last saw Cinderella and Bob, they had just been transformed so they could attend the ball.
Wait! Stop!
What is it?
They've done the ballroom and baseball scenes without us.
The whole thing?
Dancing, baseball game, glass slipper, muddy cleat, everything.
But we just went out to get some burgers. We were coming right back.
I know. They were good burgers too, believe me.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry about this, folks. Now where are we? Ah, yes. The prince and princess sent out a royal decree asking all young people of the kingdom to come to the royal palace to try on the glass slipper.
And the cleat, but things weren't going very well with the search.
I don't understand. Why can't we just order the shoes in another size? I know a glass slipper site on the internet that has free shipping.
My dear, the only thing we need to order in another size is a brain for you.
Quite right. My brain is a bit overpowering for most people.
So far, we've tried the glass slipper on 4,642 feet. Not one of them is small enough to fit inside.
And we've tried on the muddy cleat on 4,643 feet, and one is big enough to keep it from falling off.
I will never find my princess.
And I'll never find my prince.
And I will never understand how these things tie.
If only we could go back to yesterday.
You could have asked everybody at the party for ID.
We could have installed security cameras and taken their picture.
We could have taken fingerprints and DNA samples.
But we can't go back to yesterday.
Can we? What we need is more plot development.
Yes, girl?
Lou, I'm so glad to see you. Have you delivered a copy of the decree to every household in the kingdom?
If she has, then we might as well end this play and go home now.
Actually, I still have 2 households to visit on the far outskirts of the kingdom.
So there is still hope.
Actually, no. The 2 households belong to the evil and cruel families. So you see...
Never mind that. Be off, Lou.
But it's going to rain.
Remember, Lou, neither rain nor snow.
But I thought that was the postal service.
me. I'm an old woman with a secret I have kept for many years. And now the time has come for me to reveal what I alone know. May I speak?
No.
I beg your pardon.
No, you may not speak. We still have a lot of play left to go. You and I both know that the old lady with the secret can't come out until the final scene. Now be off. Hurry along. Okay, where are we now? Ah, yes. Let's peep in on Cinderella, shall we?
How many times have I told you, Cinderella? You have to wash the dark clothes separately. Our tennis skirts are not supposed to be pink.
Sorry, stepmother.
Oh, we can't possibly go to the country club now, Mother. We'd be the laughing stock of the kingdom.
That's the idea.
Very well. Will Ethel and Esmeralda and I go shopping for new tennis clothes? You will rewire the kitchen.
And build a retaining wall in the garden. And put a new roof on the garage.
Why, it sounds like a suitor's come calling. I wonder which of us it could be for. Come in.
I have a decree here just to occupant.
I'll take it. I'm an occupant. I've been an occupant longer than you have.
I'll take it. If you look closely, you'll see it's addressed to cruel occupant. That's me. Hear ye, hear ye. All persons in the kingdom under 19 years of age are commanded to wait upon the prince and princess in their palace ASAP. Please bring baseball socks and stockings.
Oh, I knew the prince would invite us back. He ignored you all evening. He must be pining for me.
Come, girls, we're off to the palace. One of you will be married by nightfall. You stay here, Cinderella. You don't really think the prince wants to see you, do you? Dear girl, you've got to listen while you take your work too lightly. There's not much hustle in your bustle. You need to be more sprightly. I've done the best a mother could. I've loved you like my own. And in return, I'd like to see you work your fingers to the bone. You got work to do.
Got work to do.
You got work to do.
Got work to do.
You got work to do. And you don't get a break till the work is through. I want to see motivation. I want to see perspiration. I want to see knees and elbows getting down in that dirt.
Getting down in that dirt.
And it better be spick and span, or you'll be jumping from the fire to the frying pan.
If you don't do the work, you'll be living in a world of hurt.
You got work to do.
Got work to do.
You got work to do.
Got work to do.
You got work to do, and you don't get a break till the work is through. I want to see concentration. Don't want to have conversation. I want to see hands and feet moving like a girl possessed.
Moving like a girl possessed.
And it better be spick and span, or you'll be jumping from the fire to the frying pan.
And you better do the work, and it ain't a sisterly request.
You got work to do.
Work to do.
You got work to do.
Work to do.
You got work to do, and you don't get a break till the work is through.
That's right.
You got work to do.
Work to do.
You got work to do.
Work to do.
You got work to do, and you don't get a break till the work is through. You got work to do, and you don't get a break till the work is through.
For the last time, I'm sorry. I really thought if you could deduct the cost of anything, You used to be cruel.
I'm evil. I keep telling you the boys are cruel. Do you know what the Rural Revenue Service is going to do to me because of your blunder?
You know what? I was sort of hoping for jail time.
Let's lock him in the cellar for a few days, Father.
No, let's make him sleep on the roof in the rain.
I have a skull here for the evil household.
You see, she gets it. What are you waiting for, a tip?
I'll just be going now.
What's it say, Father?
It says... We should let Mortimer read it. He could use the practice.
Hear ye, all persons in the kingdom under 19 years of age are commanded to wait upon the prince and princess in their palace ASAP.
I think you mean ASAP?
No. Please bring any baseball socks and stockings.
Huh. Not sure I have any stockings.
I knew it. The princess is in love with one of my boys.
It has to be me, Father. She must admire the way I strike out with such grace and poise.
No, it's me. She must have seen the noble way I dropped all those fly balls.
Now, boys, there's no need to argue. We must get to the palace to see which you the princess favors. Not you, Bob. You still have to redo my taxes.
And when you finish that, you can alphabetize my slug collection.
And when you finish that, you can wash all the windows.
You got work to do.
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 You got work to do. And you don't get a break till the work is through. I wanna see motivation.
Motivation.
I wanna see perspiration.
Perspiration.
I wanna see knees and elbows getting down in that dirt.
Sweating to get down in that dirt.
And it better be spick and span, or you'll be jumping from the fire to the frying pan.
And if you don't do the work, Brother Bob is in a world of hurt.
Now, do I make myself clear?
Yes, sir.
You got work to do.
I got work to do.
You got work to do.
I got work to do.
You got work to do. And you don't get a break till the work is through.
That's right.
You got work to do.
I got work to do.
You got work to do.
I got work to do.
You got work to do. And you don't get a break until the work is through.
You got work to do. And you don't get a break until the work is through.
But I don't do windows.
Two more subjects to try on the slipper, Your Majesty.
And two to try on the cleat.
Send them in. Ladies first.
None of them are ladies.
Oh, great King Roger, I thank you for this honor. I am not worthy to fasten the laces of your shoes.
Actually, they do need tying if you wouldn't mind.
If you will step this way, please, we'd like for you to try on this glass slipper.
I really don't do glass. Either tiger or leopard would be perfect.
You misunderstood, Miss Ethel. The prince will marry any young lady who possesses a foot that fits into that slipper.
Excuse you. Let me try it on. Oh, look at that. My big toe fits perfectly.
Her feet are too big, I'm afraid, just like everyone else's.
Let me try. My feet are smaller than hers. I can fit 2 toes.
I'm sorry, Miss Ethel, but the prince says your whole foot must fit in.
But that's impossible. Nobody's feet are that small.
You may go, ladies.
Are my shoes tied?
Yes, Your Majesty, but surely my daughter.
He said you may go. Now be off.
I failed, I suppose. Those girls are from the last household in the kingdom. I'll never find my true love.
Well, he's a bit dramatic. Your Majesties, I brought my boys as you've asked.
Step this way, gentlemen. I said, step this way.
Oh, sorry, ma'am. No one's ever called us gentlemen before.
We thought you were talking to someone else.
Prince wants us to be on his baseball team? Give me that. It's huge. Sure I don't put both my feet in?
Perhaps your brother should try.
Yeah, you always had tiny feet anyway. I think if I wore 3 or 4 socks, it would fit fine.
One sock per foot, I'm afraid.
Well, since neither of my boys will be playing on the baseball team, perhaps we should negotiate which one of them will marry the princess?
I'd rather marry a troll.
A troll?
A troll.
Wait, I know a couple of very attractive trolls. I could leave you their number.
Be off, all of you. Who are you?
If you please, Your Majesty, I'm an old woman with a dark secret that will shed light on the problems of the prince and princess.
How can a dark secret shed light?
Begging Your Majesty's pardon, but it's only common knowledge that dark secrets belonging to old ladies cannot be revealed until the final scene of the play. And we still have... How much do we still have?
One more scene.
One more scene.
Well, then let's get on with it.
Hello. Who are you and why are you walking out into the forest?
I'm Cinderella, and I've run away from my cruel stepmother. I'm going to the palace to beg protection of the king. There wasn't a bus for hours, so I decided to walk.
What a coincidence. I'm running away from my evil stepfather and heading to the palace as well.
Do I know you from somewhere? You look awfully familiar.
When I look at you, it's like I'm looking into a mirror.
Yeah, exactly. But, of course, you're not wearing your dress. Your hair shorter, and your eyes are a different color.
Well, yeah, and your feet are a bit smaller than mine. But
Goodness, I've never seen such big feet in my life.
I get that a lot. Shall we walk together?
Why not?
I guess there's no point in keeping these.
They'll only remind us of our misery.
I thought of these fairy tales were supposed to end with a happily ever after.
Well, I do suppose there are some exceptions to the rules in fairy tales. Shall we?
Percy, Petunia, it's time for dinner.
Coming.
Man, I'm telling you, my foot is killing me. I don't know where I left my cleat, but I've been walking all across the kingdom in one shoe.
Well, try walking all the way across the kingdom with one shoe made of glass.
Mean a shoe like that?
My missing slipper. Now the pain will be the same in both my feet. Now that's a big shoe.
Where?
The cleat right here. I like to see the foot that fit in that thing.
See it? You've been walking next to it all afternoon. This is my missing cleat.
Shall we go to the palace? My feet are feeling better already.
Sorry, Mother. I'm too depressed to be forth helping dessert.
Two beggars at the gate, Your Majesty, begging the king's protection.
Send them in. Begging your pardon, Your Majesty, but we are,
Orphans?
Yes, we are orphans seeking your safe lodging.
Do you see what I see?
Your Majesty, the shoes?
I know. They keep coming untied.
Not your shoes, Roger. Those shoes.
Your foot fits a glass slipper perfectly.
And your foot completely fills the muddy cleat. Well, that should hardly come to surprise. These are our shoes.
My shoelaces.
Hold it, everybody. Stop the show.
What is it?
Well, there are a lot of kids in the audience today, so let's skip the whole joyful reunion and get on with the wedding.
What's wrong with the joyful reunion?
You know, the kissing.
Oh. Yes, perhaps it would be better to skip the whole joyful reunion, but you will marry me, won't you?
And you'll marry me?
Of course we will.
Cinderella, now you are my princess.
Bob, oh my Bob, yes my Bob, you are my prince.
Sound the trumpets, beat the drums.
Let's have a royal ball.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, merry one and all.
Celebration, 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 celebration,
Silence, everyone. Now I know it is the last scene, and I'm tired of following people around for the whole show, so I'm going to tell my secret.
What secret?
Years ago, I was a nursemaid for a beautiful young woman and her handsome husband. The woman bore twin babies, one boy and one girl. Before their children could walk, the parents got carried off by wild beasts, and I was forced to separate the babes and give them up to the care of the cruel and evil step-parents.
Does this story have a point? Because we are trying to have a wedding here.
That was many years ago, but I could still recognize those twins. First, she had the tiniest feet of any child I'd ever seen, and he had the largest.
You mean
That's right. Bob and Cinderella are those long-lost twins.
sister?
Brother?
So that means my sister is not my sister-in-law?
And my brother is my brother-in-law.
Would have believed it.
Well, that ties up all the loose ends very nicely.